You, oh you. I couldn't choose if I wanted to. Choose to get over you. Broke into. I couldn't leave if I wanted to. I'm still amused. It's a sickness wrapped in red. You're the monster underneath my bed. It's a heartache that's unsaid. You're the hardest flame that's deepest drain. But I will wait for you. And I will lose my mind. It's a sickness wrapped in red. But I would do it all again. It's a heartache left unsaid. I would do it all again for you. You, oh you. You watch me lose 'cause I fall for you. I lose it all for you. Hearts black and blue. You watch me break right in front of you. Loving the view. It's a sickness wrapped in red. You're the monster underneath my bed. It's a heartache that's unsaid. You're the hardest flame that's deepest drain. But I will wait for you. And I will lose my mind. It's a sickness wrapped in red. But I would do it all again. It's a heartache left unsaid. I would do it all again for you. You, oh you. I couldn't choose if I wanted to. Choose to get over you. Broke into. I couldn't leave if I wanted to. I'm still amused.
Okay, guys, so welcome to week 2 of Play versus League of Legends High School Arizona preseason week B, I guess. Week B, that sounds weird. But here we have Higley High School against Willow Canyon, and Higley is one of the big players here in Arizona. So this is going to be a tough match. The entire Higley team is gold ranked, and this is a blind pick for preseason only, so we don't have our normal draft strategies. But we're looking at a Shen top, Heck jungle, so a lot of mobility there, and Shen brings a lot to the table. Katarina, very powerful midline assassin. Caitlyn with that range can poke people down. Bard and the roaming Bard with a lot of abilities there for support and also picking up and grabbing people. So Higley has a very strong team here. Hopefully Willow can take them down. But here on Willow's top, we have a Renekton, very strong. Ilith is gaining ranks, growing up. I want to say I found out today that he is now Bronze 3 instead of unranked. Volibear, 1 Terra 1, very strong. Very strong in that jungle. Hey, Waffles, thank you so much for that. We are going to go and win this. Syndra, so Onion Queen is definitely working on the mage types now in mid. Zaya and Morgana bot lane. So hopefully this Morgana can kind of keep that Caitlyn off the Zaya as the Zaya scales. So this is looking to be a very good game. We're excited for this. We're excited to see some respect. Higley is always top line. They went number 2 in the fall, lost to a very tough Brophy team. We're on track to do the same. They went real deep in the summer showdown. So it was unfortunate that we didn't get a chance to play them in the summer showdown, but we did very well. In fact, went against the team I think that beat them. So before we ourselves were knocked out. So good all around. Let's see if Willow, with its mix gold, silver, and now a bronze, can stand up against this all gold Higley team. So 40 seconds. We'll go ahead and start the music, and then we'll start playing. So see you guys soon. Hey, we need vision. Hey, so I was talking and wow, and no mic was on. So let's talk about this. So we have that Yellow Jacket Shen, Heck, and Mercenary Cat. These are the kind of that mid to top there. Bot lane's fully skinned out, so that'll be fun and exciting there to see some differences. And here we go. Here comes the game. So we'll get your scoreboard up there and our objective timers, and you guys can enjoy. Nope. Oh, I just noticed my camera's covering some of those objective timers, so give me just a second. I'm going to fix that. So if it goes blue screen, I apologize.
Vision expired, and I definitely. Careful,
There we go. That seems better. So we're going to keep the music down a little bit. And the in-game sounds, and we should be good to go. So let's get back to the game. 30 seconds for minion spawn here. We still got 45 seconds here on the red-blue buffs. Are they going to do this? Both teams. Both teams seems to be playing a wait and see on this. I apologize. I have been talking all day, so my throat is raw. So I'm going to reach over here and grab some water real fast. Thought I had a chat turned off. It seems like the teams are chatting at each other. So Willow Canyon going for the red buff, and Higley going for their blue buff here. Or excuse me, backwards. Willow Canyon going for blue buff, and Higley going for a red buff. Hex mobility, we're going to see how well that stands up to Volibear's sheer lethality and tankiness. Seems like Willow Canyon's a little behind there on the jungle rush. And Syndra seems to be keeping Cat off the CS, so good job there in the mid play. And Renekton's keeping Shen pushed up. And does have some vision in river. That is something that Willow Canyon's been working at, making sure they have that vision. So good job. CS is holding up. That's pretty good. A bronze holding up against a gold there on top on CS. I know it's a little early, but great job, Willow. Looks like Heck went red, chickens, wolves, and now is finally working on his blue. And Volibear got the full bot clear and is now knocking out his raptors. A little low on health. Don't know if Volley's going to have enough to quite get on this red. Probably going to have to use a smite just to get up there. Oh, the gank. The heck gank. Oh, flash. And first blood goes to Higley. Those first blood points are always important in tiebreakers for the season. Great gank from Heck. Obviously, Willow's not communicating because here I think we're going to have another... Oh, no, we didn't. Maybe Heck coming upriver and taking this Renekton. There's some pinging going here top lane. I'm just going to keep it up top here, though there is some stuff going down bot lane. We'll see what happens here if Heck's going to take that. Oh, there's some movement there. Bot lane up into the Scarab. Kind of keeping... Morgana's coming down to help. Are they going to try to steal it? Oh, good job on the volley. Volibear got that vision. But now we start to see that difference. So Shen, Renekton, that CS difference is very much telling. Mid lane though, Willow's got the advantage. It's pretty much tied down here bot lane. Let's hang out down bot lane, see what's going on down there. Hopefully you guys can hear me. We got a new mic, pretty happy with it. So we're almost semi-professional. We don't have to use the headset mics anymore. So hopefully our sound is better. Get this desktop audio up, see if that works. Get some more of that. There we go, playing with our levels. Oh, looks like we got some kind of fight coming down here, river. Good flash from the Morgana. That Heck jungle is pretty dangerous. Moving on that objective. Total lane prio. Both mid and bot lane have moved up to take the first dragon. An Infernal Drake. Gonna give you a bonus to that your damage there if they get this, which it looks like they're going to. Here we see a early jungle invade by 101. Is he gonna take that wolf? Nope. He's just gonna let that wolf go back. Heck is clearing off his bottom jungle, and Cat and Syndra seem to just be kinda pacing each other off. Got some pings. Heck did notice that there's some vision there, so he's gonna take a sweep through jungle. Ooh, looks like he's gonna try to make a dive maybe behind tower. Nope, a little early for that. Not a lot of health and armor to survive some tower hits. Red team's pinging, hey, where's Cat? Because Cat is always dangerous. Katarina.
Boom. Headshot.
A lot of stuns down here on bot lane. Looks like. So with week 2 of preseason starting, we have one more week of preseason games, and we begin our regular season during the first week of October. This is an 8-week season, and we're using a modified Swiss schedule. The first 3 games are randomly determined, and they'll be determined here in about a week or so. Oh, missed the gank. Seems like Heck and Cat like to work together. Oh, and Shen came down as well. So they must have known that Onion Queen is the highest level player for Willow, so that was a good. Whoa. I don't think he knows. The Cat's there. Great gank, great move there. And the Morgana's probably going to go down as well, yep. And the Xayah's going to have to hide under tower, and that's going to let the Heck clear out more jungle, take away that CS from Willow Canyon. So anyways, regular season begins that first week of April, and that modified Swiss schedule does put it so that teams play against teams of relatively similar compositions outside of those first 3 weeks. So teams that win will move to the top of the brackets, and teams that lose will move to the bottom. So eventually you're going to get it in the weeks 4 through 6 and week 7 and 8, where you have your top teams playing your top teams and your lower teams playing your lower teams, and you're not going to get a lot of discrepancy in skill level, which is kind of exciting for the high school league. And it's very much different than a normal high school sport where you have your regions that are based off both geography and the size of the schools. So the Syndra is kind of an interesting move for Willow. This is a new character for Onion Queen, and he does seem to enjoy her quite a bit. So let's see how well this goes. And that's just Cat's mobility. You can just see it in play. And it helps that Cat is 2-0-2. That's gonna be telling. And here we start to see the Bard roam. That Bard is so famous for. Not a traditional support character, one that tends to roam quite a bit more. One thing that Willow can do is once they notice Bard roaming, they should really take advantage of that 2v1 on the bot lane and try to push that Caitlyn. Caitlyn does have a great poke ability though, so she's hard to push because she has that mobility and range. So not quite sure why they're necked and backed. Really low in CS. But we are seeing a Windrake here in 13 seconds.
Headshot.
We see red team pinging. So let's see if Willow learned that lesson and can work on this objective. Maybe get a team fight going here in River. Oh, looks like Higley's bot lane is folding up on this. Maybe not. Seemed like both teams were starting to fold up, but now they're not. Willow does have this lane pushed. Let's see if their bot lane is going to fold up and join this team fight here. One thing you notice, neither team has a lot of vision in each other's jungles, so each team kind of has no idea what's going on here in their jungles. They don't know what's going on until somebody's right on top of it. We have a cat taking out this vision. Higley's moving on this Drake. Looks like Higley will take it unless Volibear gets in there and steals. Nope, but can Willow take advantage of this, get some kills? And looks like nope. Looks like 3v1. The Volibear went down. Syndra went down. The ADC Xayah went down. Oh, that was just nasty for Willow. We're probably going to see the Shen or the Heck move up and take this Herald. Nope, maybe not. So it seems like bot lane is actually pretty even, outside of that CS difference between the Caitlyn and Xayah. And most of these assists that the Caitlyn and Bard have are simply from that jungle player or the team fights. Whoa, sorry. That's my phone. So let me text my wife because, you know, that's important. It's important to have that relationship and work with each other. I think she forgot I had a game today and that I'd be live streaming. So let's see how this goes. Looks like Heck got driven back here mid lane. Don't exactly know what bot lane is doing, but this does mean we have a Mountain Drake, a lot of armor. If Willow can pull back and get the next 4, that Mountain Soul will be super useful.
Turret plating will fall soon.
Wow. What I think is really interesting is that Onion Queen is normally Willow Canyon's best player and has the most deaths currently. 2 of those do come from the jungle gank, and so that is very highly effective use of scouting and knowing that Willow's main player is that mid player. And so taking that player off the board, getting extra gold, we can see like a 4,000 gold difference at this point at the 14-minute mark. 8 deaths. Willow has 0 kills. Higley has tons of vision, all in this upper jungle. They know everything that's going on. Willow's got no idea where anybody is right now. I wouldn't call that a River Shen, but that was pretty close to a River Shen there on that Syndra kill. And Higley takes the Herald, which is going to change that dynamic once one of these lanes opens up. Let's see if this Heck is going to open up mid, which lets Cat roam even more, which is extremely dangerous. You don't want a Cat. Good use of an ult, not a great use, but definitely getting out of the way of the death there. And blue team Higley gets that first turret, so even more bonus points for the tiebreakers.
Like, F everything else.
Shut down.
Can we get them? I would absolutely love that.
So one thing we didn't notice is we had done a full scout report, and now we've noticed their mid laner is not the one we scouted because the subs were not showing up on the report, but they are legitimately listed there.
Gotcha.
They are listed there on the Play Versus account, so it's 100% legal. It's the issue with, so we use Play Versus to moderate all our games. They set up the games, they regulate it. All players are registered on there. They have to share their in-game names. And one of the most important things in League of Legends is the scouting report, knowing who you're playing. Well, one of the difficult things is if you can't see who the subs are, and if you do a legitimate player change, i.e. one of your subs, and you don't know who that sub is, that can hurt in your game play because you just don't know who you're going up against. For example, let me go over to our scouting report. We thought their mid player would be II Alpha, who likes to play a lot of Malthazar, and that was the idea here, that we'd be going up against a Malthazar, not an assassin. So this was just a flat out well played bit of subterfuge there on Higley's part, double kill, and that's just the danger of a cat. Last year we played a cat mid a lot, and cat is just a dangerous champ to play against. So well done, Higley. Really appreciate it. And we can see that Caitlyn is very much carrying this game. 8-1 and 5. The Heck is also got a good with 3 kills. But Caitlyn is not as dangerous as we thought, even though did just get a kill against the Xayah. But that Shen is so stacked up right now. Little Fed could do that full tower dive, take down the Morgana. Great kind of all around. The cat is just roaming. She can do whatever she wants. But hold on a second. I'm seeing some comments. So let's go to the stream chat. None of my business. Absolutely 100% correct. Probably should have gone Mobies and Relentless Hunter to roam. Staying in that bot lane may have hurt Willow, especially since that Bard roams. And that also gives that pressure, which allows teams to go on those objectives. So none of my business, 100% correct. Thank you for that. That was great. See, this is why we have commenters. That CC can shut down that assassin. So thank you. One thing we're seeing here is one thing Higley's doing much better than Willow Canyon in this case is the team fight. They seem to move together quickly to kind of isolate people. You see it with like a 3-on-1 or a 3v2 or a 4v2. Much more effective than Willow Canyon. We've seen Willow Canyon do it once, but it didn't turn out as effective because at this point their mid and top laners are just so stacked that there's not much they can do against them. So I'm going to assume none of my business is Higley, either player or coach. And that is a great scouting strategy, talking about there, knowing that our support player likes to play Morgana. With this being a blind pick, it's not like Higley could remove that Morgana from play. So the idea is, how do you stop Morgana if you can't remove her? And that Shen ult into Morgana to stop it, good. That's just good planning, playing your strengths to the enemy's weaknesses. So So I did just hear from my players, it seems like Higley did get Mountain Soul, so we can see that 4th dragon is going to come out here in a minute 30 or so, and Higley's going to take that objective. That is one thing I worked on my players with, since I as a coach tend to play jungle mains. Objective control is super important, setting that up, getting lane prio, and Higley has done an almost picture perfect example of how to do that. Now Shen's just showing why he's so dangerous and why he's actually so popular lately. I know the meme is River Shen, but Shen has gained some notoriety here. And Willow does have some vision, so they do kind of know what's going on in their jungle, but they have no idea what's on the other side. Dragon Pit isn't warded at all, neither is Baron. So. Ooh, good volley in there. Can volley stop the... They're trying to move on that Xayah. Xayah's a little squishy. And then the double kill there on bot lane.
Oh my god, I'm so dumb. I should have gone like Thornmail. I'm the only one.
So here comes that Mountain Drake, Dragon Soul, Mountain Soul, which is just so much bonus there. 12% armor, magic resist, ultimate cooldown reduction, attack damage and AP. That's just dangerous. I was actually a little curious looking at this game with the new Samira champ coming out. I actually played a all for one earlier today where we were all Samira versus an all Warwick team, which was interesting to me because I like the main Warwick. And I was interested to see if Higley would pop out some of the new champ. With Yone, we saw very little of Yone popping out really early, but Lilia did seem to pop out in some summer scrimmages relatively commonly, but Yone and Samira I haven't seen so much. I'm going to have to review the rest of Thursday's games to see if how many other teams decided to play Samira. So, kind of curious. Was Samira not possible? None my business for you guys on your side? Did any of you guys have her, or the Kent had something to do with your Morgana comments?
Why is that shield so fat, dude? Let me watch all of you try. There, guys, send them all back. You're about to kill it. Oh, my TDA. Alright. What did you do wrong? Everything. Double tracking was like... They were way more coordinated than we were.
They were. So, and also when I died, and we knew that like.
Yeah, she's out right now, but I just didn't know if any of your players had bought her. So I know my assistant coach bought her, and he absolutely loves her. Thinks she's absolutely broken and loves the player. So, looking over, it seems like the game is over. So somehow this game will end in the next 2 minutes or so. And with Higley going on this Baron, looks like they're probably just going to ARAM it right up the middle here. I wonder if they are going to go back or they're going to try to gank this Renekton.
That's what pre-game. That's what preseason for.
Okay, we can definitely see a huge CS difference. Dominated top and jungle over Willow Canyon. Though Willow Canyon does seem to maintain quite a bit of CS difference mid and bot lane, so we'll see if that translates. But so utility mage like luck. So the next new champion is going to be a support. Looks like a support champ, utility mage. So that'll be interesting to see how many people take her in that regular season.
You gotta communicate. If you need help, you need to call for help.
Red team's turret has been destroyed.
So looks like here comes that push right up mid. Like we said,
Red team's turret has been destroyed.
Cat can dive in. That tower's down. Nothing can really stop her.
Has been destroyed.
We're starting to see towers go down. Heck has just too much mobility versus Zaya. Here comes the cat. Oh, the cat's headshot blocked.
Do they think it was the picks, or do you think it was just still? Dylan was saying that the picks.
Red team's turret has been destroyed. Red team's inhibitor has been destroyed.
So right now in the background, our team is definitely re-strategizing for round 2. We can see this moving up. That Baron buff is just letting
Red team's turret has been
all those cannons, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, no one can stop that. So 24-4. Bad at math, so 20K, a little under 20K. Goal difference, victory for the blue team. Good job, Higley. We're going to go to game 2. So we'll see. We'll be right back.
What? So you guys will have more fun that way. More fun. Nah. But if you want the win, you can go anti-right.
Okay, so we can look at our stats here. Absolutely dominating. Only 3 deaths on this. Willow only got 4 kills. Advanced details, you can absolutely see the dominance of this blue Higley team versus the Willow team. So we'll be right back, guys.
times we had. I see it now, I see it now. Real love, now I'll break through to show to you that I'm more good than I am bad. I work it out, I work it out. And I'll be somewhere that you need me, and I'll be holding my breath, waiting for you to show. Yeah, somewhere deep inside of you, I know you want me. You're just afraid to say. Real love, now I see you, and I'll make it through to find a life that we once had. I see it now, I feel it now. Real love, now I see you, yeah, you know I do, to make it through the times we had. I see it now, I see it now. Real love, now I'll break through to show to you that I'm more good than I am bad. I work it out, I work it out. And I'll be somewhere that you need me, and I'll be holding my breath, waiting for you to show.
In the future, just computers. No one here is start.
How did you find a way to run from the city of the sun? You could have stayed, it's only over when the day is done. I never knew you was a runner, yeah. I mistook you for a son. It don't matter what we think when it's all over. 'Cause this is our last chance to leave it all behind. Raise your voice and raise your power, yeah. This is our last chance to leave it all behind. Raise your voice and raise your power, yeah.
So we're now back for game 2. We're on spectator delay, 2 minutes, and we're looking back here. And we did a quick scouting report, and this Rhapsody here definitely is an assassin player, something we were not expecting. We were looking for a mage mid. He mains Cat. He mains Zed. Who was the other one, coach, that he did?
Yasuo.
and Yasuo. So definitely that kind of assassin mid. So we'll see what happens. A Silas jungle, great jungler, even better with that alt steal. Renekton mirrored top, so this is going to be interesting. We have a gold Renekton versus a bronze Renekton, so we'll see how that goes. And the Xayah Rakan bot lane for Higley, which is actually kind of interesting because little known fact, Willow Canyon's bot lane are dating, and these two champs are dating, so I was kind of surprised we didn't get that in our game, but here we go. And then we got a Jhin and Yuumi, so that Yuumi brings a lot of utility, a lot of healing. Jin's very strong, and I do know that Lone Woofy is definitely a very good Jhin player. Lilia mid. Onion Queen does like to play Lilia. One thing as a coach I like to do is encourage him to play more Lilia, but he says, hey, I don't grow when I play Lilia, so you have to respect that. And so he's been picking up other champs, but this Lilia is really strong. I think Onion Queen was actually a little annoyed that he got beat so bad. So let's see how this mid lane goes again. And a Skarner. Skarner's kind of new for 1-1. I don't know how well he plays Skarner, so we'll see how this goes. And then once again, back up to that top with that Renekton mirror. Let's see if Willow learn their lessons. Let's see if they can start working on better teamwork, getting together, and working on objectives. That was something that Higley did excuse me, very well. And let's see if Willow can learn that lesson and take it up. And this time, Willow is blue team and Higley is red team, so we flip sides. So good luck, everybody. Let's have some fun. We'll get the music back on and hope everybody can have a good time. See you on the Rift. Nunya, I'm going to post the link to the Spotify playlist, but this is basically a selected copy of stuff from a No Copyright Sounds playlist that we now have set up on our Spotify. So give me a second and I'll get that up for you.
'Cause this is our last chance to leave it all behind. Raise your voice, raise your power, yeah. This is our last chance to leave it all behind. Raise your voice, raise your power, yeah.
The song is Powered by Newsport. So Powered by Newsport. So I kind of like it actually. It's a little EDM-y for me. My wife likes to make fun of me for it. Normally my music is a little harder, a little more metal, a little more mosh pitty, but kind of dig it. Ooh, Skarner. Can Skarner get away here? Ooh, early invade. I think Skarner's going down because of that stun. Nope. Managed to get away. And that vision. One thing that we've been trying to work on with Willow Canyon is vision. And we can see Higley, a good team, already getting that vision up there. So
Minions have spawned.
this skin, this Renekton skin makes me giggle every time. Renekton's so scary and that skin's so adorable. You guys are gonna have to apologize for a second. I'm gonna work on some settings here for League of Legends. Give me a second. We're just doing the buff clears. Get some music up here. Announcer volume, voice volume. Alright, I kind of like that. Let's get the music volume up. Alright, there we go. So Lily is really strong here. Lily has got a lot of true damage and a lot of crowd control. Maybe can take down this Zed pretty well. But then once again we see that lack of vision on Willow's part. And that early jungle gank. And unfortunately Willow lost the first blood with that. The tower did end up taking him down. Was it worth it? We'll see. But once again, that focus on taking down Willow's mid. Their top player. So that early game CS, Silas did waste a lot of his early game trying to get that gank, but did end up getting that 300 gold. So gonna get some more gear, and that's gonna help. It's gonna help later in the game, that early jump. Yuumi doesn't get her heal till 2, so now we're gonna start seeing that come into play. Yuumi, some of the strongest heals, but it is kind of a passive. Passive character. I can't get into Yuumi myself. Hey, none of my business. Did that playlist work for you? I don't know if I had set it to public, so if not, I can give you the full NCS one. Silas, early jungle invade, now coming up behind Lilia. Once again, no vision for the Lilia. Only kind of instinct. Moving down, we're early team fight, but Skarner is definitely not up to the 1v1 against the Silas. Silas now takes a 2-kill lead. That's not helping anybody. Well, that's not true. It's helping Higley. And 3-kill lead. That jungle is making the difference. It is not an ADC carry. It is a jungle carry for Higley. So anybody watching this tape later, looking to play up against Higley, it's take out the jungle player early. That jungle makes an early difference. Lots of aggression there. It's not something I can really do as I jungle main.
It's just you and me, Book.
So this bot lane in both the first game and it looks like this game are pretty even with each other. And I think the only real advantage that Higley has is their bot lane is willing to roam. This looks like something that Willow Canyon's bot lane isn't doing. They tend to play kind of conservative. You see that bot lane moving up again, like a 4v2. It's definitely a strength that Higley plays up. The communication, I had talked with Higley's coach before, and he says, hey, we're trying to work on our communication skills. To me, it seems like the communication's pretty good. He did mention some other things I'm not willing to put on the stream about their communication. We'll see what happens with that, and hopefully their coach can work on that, because it is an important skill what they're talking about. It's just a bit personal. I don't care to share it on the internet. So.
I must erase.
Looks like Yumi's trying to pull them out. Set up the Jhin here for some success. Top laners. And Silas comes up. But not needed. No Silas gank there up at the top. Looks like Willow is moving on that objective though. And a stun on the Zed. And that team fight. Oh, Zed got away with that shadow walk, but is he? Is he gonna get away? Oof. So much. Wasted a lot of time working on killing that Zed. Time that you could spend leveling up. So over the summer, I joined a Coaches Rival series, both spring and summer, where coaches from around the country got together, decided to play with each other in a league, and it was a lot of mix of very experienced coaches, coaches who have never played before, and coaches like me who played a little. I was a Dota 2 player, so I get the concept. However, each champ's rotations and skills and advantages, I didn't know. So playing in that Coaches Rivals helped me learn quite a few things, and the three things that are very, very important, especially early game, is CS, vision, and communication. And if you can maintain those things, you can work on your objectives, you can work on your team fights, you can make it out of the laning phase into the team fight phase. And it seems like Higley definitely has that down. Willow Canyon's got some room to grow, like we all do. All of us can work and grow, and honestly, one thing I talk to my players about is it's more important, it's not to win, but to get up every time you fall. Right? We learn best by failing. In that first game, I'm not going to mince words, it was a definite hard fail, but it seems like right now they're doing a little bit better, so we'll see how this goes.
Rampage.
And that's Silas, 5-1 and 0. Definitely carrying this team. Jhin is doing much better against Xayah. So the only thing that's going to really matter is if this Jhin can start to scale and carry this team, because between the Renekton and Silas, Higley's got this. Ooh, can Skarner come up and take one?
I've got you.
It's a 4 difference levels, but under tower. Oh, Skarner manages to do it. Silas tries to come in, but Silas is going to end up losing that Herald because of it. Herald's going to reset. But that Zed was there as well. So we're looking at, oh, my objective timers aren't up. I apologize. Wind Dragon up at a minute 40. Willow Canyon definitely got the first one, so let's see if they can get all three and maybe get a Dragon Soul out of this.
Don't close your eyes.
First tower, I think, is going to go to Higley here.
Blue team's turret has been destroyed.
That's gone. That's gone. You know we're silent.
This is but a fragment of infinity.
And Renekton, the Higley Renekton, let me clarify that. Higley Renekton's just roaming so much because that top lane there. Looks like they're moving on that Windrake.
Turret plating will fall soon.
I have the best game in
Well, that's satisfying.
I wonder what is going on with my... Fog of War was...
Red team has slain the dragon.
So if we look at Blue's Fog of War, they really can't see anything on the red side at all, even on their own jungle. And if we look at Red's Fog of War, they do have a lot of vision in that bot side river. Higley did take that dragon. Now fog for everybody. So...
I am totally doing this!
Not a lot to say here. I know I should probably be filling the silence with something, but I just don't know what to say here.
Blue team's turret has been destroyed.
If anything, Higley got even smoother here on these team fights. Good there, almost took down the Zaya.
Feathers fly!
Was it worth it? Probably not. Poor Yumi. The poor kitty cat. Kitty cat's gonna go down. And that's just feeding that Silas. Silas has that Hextech Proto Belt, his Skirmisher Saber, Sorcerer Shoes,
Whoopsie.
A lot of tankiness there, a lot of AP. Doesn't really need the CS.
Okay. Dude, I'm so low, I can't do it.
And it looks like the Higley Renekton took the Herald. So it's going to open up even more lanes. Probably a big push here. So this CS difference is the difference between a gold and a bronze. A new bronze. Ilith just recently hit level 30, so just started doing some of the rank climb. But going to a bronze 3, first couple, not too bad. Higley just dominates this entire board. We got 1 minute till a Ocean Drake, excuse me, which is going to give this mana heavy team even more mana. Silas dropping vision all over. Looks like a 4v2. Once again, 4v3.
Red team triple kill.
I think this Redaction's going to have to drop. Oh, I guess he did drop the Herald there.
Turret has been destroyed.
Aced. Wow. This is going to be a third tower. Well, third tower mid, but
Team's turret has
going to get
been
that base
destroyed.
tower. We can see the vision here. If we look at blue side's vision, nothing. They have no idea where they are. None whatsoever. If we look at red side's vision, absolute control. Now the Ocean Drake down.
Let's see what you're made of.
Blue team double kill.
Whoopsie. I have the best game in the spirit realm.
No vision on Baron. Red team doesn't need to. This is just simply denial there. Because Renekton doesn't use mana, so taking blue is not really going to help him all that much. Lilia one more time. Exposed, no vision. Oh, sleep. What are they going to do? What are they going to do here? Racking down. Ah, Silas just too bad. Hey, Willow got a lot more kills this time. Hey, let's celebrate every little day. Every day a little bit better.
You make sure like you literally do my job. Like I need you to never leave. No, I know, but I just like permanent.
I'll give it back.
Yeah, Lilia is starting to scale, so let's see if Lilia can carry though. My worry with that Lilia scaling though is the Silas is already pretty strong, the Renekton's pretty strong, the Zed's just going to add to, Zed's just going to add to it. If this was just a mid battle, I'd say Lilia has the advantage, but this Silas, their jungle player, let's see, who's their jungle? I'm Shidakane. I think that's their in-game name. Fabulous player. When we did the scouting report, he's playing pretty much every jungle champ and plays them well. As we saw with Heck and now with the Silas. His Kayn is very scary. My mic seems to be picking up a lot of sounds, and I don't know what all that is. How is my sound, Nunya? None of my business. That's true. Yumi can't get up there and can help that Lilia especially. Okay. We do have a new mic, so we're trying new things out, and honestly, I'm kind of lazy. Actually, not lazy. I'm so busy during the day, I don't get a chance to record stuff and then listen to it in the background. Oh, another dragon down. Next drag is Dragon Soul, Ocean Dragon.
Shut down.
How close you are to divinity.
Blue team's turret has been destroyed.
Yeah, bot lane tower's going out. Oh, here comes Lilia with the Yumi. Let's see what happens. Ooh, good dodge by the Zed.
Blue team's turret has been destroyed.
Baron is up. Blue team does have some vision on Baron though, but what can they do to stop? Not a single tower by blue team here. Little Yumi. Working on getting vision. Oh, here we go, Silas. Yeah, that's not a good matchup there, both Renekton and Silas. Skarner did come in though. Oh, here we go, here we go. Here comes that Lilia scale. That's true, Keck. So, Keck, I got a question for you. So I know we're talking about farming, and the mid and bot lane seem to be holding their own, or we're slightly higher at some point. Do you think that Silas, those early ganks by Silas, really tipped those scales? Or do you think this is just a matter of having low farm scores? We don't want to talk about the top imbalance because that's definitely a weakness on Willow's side, having a new inexperienced top laner against a very experienced gold 2? I think a gold 2 top. So yeah, so within the first 3 minutes, Silas had already got a gank on mid lane, and then I want to say and then within the next minute had another gank. So it was up 2-0 real early, which just enabled him to kind of dominate, which just tipped the scales. And another thing that Higley is doing, the red team is doing very well, is they know when to collapse and they know when to work together as a team, when to push things. Like Willow has to focus because they're so imbalanced against this Renekton that, you know, they didn't even notice that whole bot lane just absolutely destroyed by Higley. But yeah, at this point they are just turtling.
Blue team's turret has been destroyed.
So I wonder what Higley's plan here is, because yeah, that mid turret is good, but they could come in bot or top and take this single turret and take it out. You know, we have the super minions coming down about the same time. We do have a Dragon Soul up in about 40 seconds. We have a Baron up. Are they going to waste their time on this? Are they going to try to get that bonus points from the sub 30 win? Or are they going to try to just build themselves up? I will tell you, I had this conversation with the Higley coach because my team last year versus my team this year is very different. We lost 2 key players, one to graduation, one to a move. And so our skill level kind of dropped. But Higley is still playing roughly the same players as they had last year. So this is a very strong team against a relatively new, inexperienced team in terms of playing together as a team.
Killing spree.
Yeah, there he goes, Ed. And what I talked to him about was, can Willow Canyon survive 30 minutes? Right? That's a goal. And it looks like with Game 2, Willow Canyon's going to do that. Sure, it's a 14k gold difference and a 15 plus kill difference, but now we have the Dragon Soul, which is more bonus points. A Dragon Kill will give more bonus points, tiebreaker points for the season. Maybe that's something that Higley is working on. That's true too. So one thing Willow is lacking is the lack of any kind of anti-heal for the Renekton and Silas. Looks like they are just going to make that push for the Baron here to get those tiebreaker points, which is super important for season. Not so much for the game itself, but when you have multiple undefeated teams in an 8-game season or an 8-match season, every tiebreaker point matters. But my question is, was the going over a sub-30 game tiebreaker point worth the Baron Nashor tiebreaker points? I don't think it is. PlayVersus has never revealed exactly what those tiebreaker points are, so how many points you earn for first kill, first tower, for the Dragon Souls, etc., etc. But I do think the sub-30 win is so much more than the Baron points. Now, one thing we saw at the end of the last game, I want to say Higley had 9 cannons, all with Baron buff. So, good dodge there. Another question I have, thinking about this and talking about this, this will be a discussion with the team after. Top player played Renekton in the first game, maybe switching to Nasus, knowing that their top player likes to play Renekton. So instead of a mere Renekton top lane, would a Nasus Renekton have been a little more advantageous? I don't think as much because of that rank difference and the skill level difference, but I think it would have been
Legendary. Blue team's inhibitor has been destroyed.
I feel bad for Isla. Isla needs to get away. Oh, here it goes. This is it. This is where the next is going down.
Gotcha.
Congratulations, Higley. GG. That was 2-2. So thank you guys all for watching. We'll go to the score screen here in just a second. And we can see that huge goal difference, 18K goal difference, 8, 30, and 9 versus 38 and 44. So you can definitely see that Higley was working together better as a team. When you look at some of these advanced details, I mean, I don't think, well, okay, so their racking got less than 10,000. Bot lane, I don't think was the difference. I think it was definitely this jungle player. I shied a Kane in-game name. So great job, guys. Thank you all for watching, and enjoy some music while we head on our way out here.
Yep.